Hello, lovely people of the world, months of the year to you, and welcome back to Let's Play New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. In the previous episode, we conquered the first half of Frosted Glacier, and a little bit more. In today's episode, we're gonna steal the Super Acorn and run away! Oh man. I was hoping we could steal that and not have to face the Gooligans, but it's not that big of a deal. I still enjoy fighting these enemies because they're pretty fun. Alright, I think they made their debut in New Super Mario Bros. Wii, but I might be wrong about that. They may have first appeared in the DS version. I don't know off the top of my head, though, because it's been a very long time since I played the DS game. Actually, now that I think about it, have I played that game since my Let's Play? Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness, okay, that is kind of rare. Okay. I wasn't expecting to see that during the main story, but yeah, we have the penguin suit. And now we have a Super Acorn too, but just getting all the power-ups before we go into our first level. We are going to throw away a star, because we don't need no sticking stars, we're already stars in our hearts. That sounds like something one of my villagers would say in Animal Crossing. Oh no, I forgot to switch characters. And now we're replaying it through Scaling the Mountainside. And this right here, this is, quite honestly, the bane of my existence. Those green blocks that appear, they will appear if you die a certain number of times. I didn't think I was dying that often. I don't think so. But I was talking about Animal Crossing for a bit, and every single time that I got into a very specific point in that conversation, I instantly died. So we're not going to talk about Animal Crossing anymore. But anyway, oh wait, that was supposed to be a super crown. Okay, so yeah, let's go over here, get the super crown. That is not a super crown, that is a star coin. Super crowns and star coins are kind of very different. So anyway, one thing that's worth mentioning is that if you go into one of these levels and then you die and then you decide, oh, you know what, I'm gonna go do one of those enemy levels on the overworld to see if I can get some power-ups or anything like that. Don't do that unless you intentionally want to reset the level, because if you do that, then it's going to completely reset the level. I wanted to do that for this video because I was dying pretty far into the level, and I decided, you know what, I'm just going to scrap that and start over. And that's not worth it. Okay, if we had the super crown, then we could go up there, but it's something we're not going to miss much by not going that direction. I'm not going to get that ice flower right now because I might need it for a bit. There we go! Haha! I did the smart thing for once. If we go over here, there's a coin block that will give us a bunch of coins, so that's kind of cool. Kind of, except not really. Kind of seems like that secret would be used more for something with a star coin hidden near it, but that's not the case. Alright, so for this next level, we're going to be playing as Nabbit. Now, I mentioned before that I'm going to try to avoid using Nabbit as much as possible when it comes to regular levels like this. But here's the thing. This next level we're going to be playing is going to offer a bit of a unique challenge for Nabbit. And also, none of the star coins this level will require any power-ups or anything like that, so it's not like we're going to be at a disadvantage from playing as this character. So moving on to Icicle Caverns, we go across this area, and watch out for this spiky icicle thingy. So the reason why I want to play as Nabbit in this level is because the character, even though they don't take any damage from enemies or anything like that, they still take knockback from spikes and things like that. So that offers a bit of a fun challenge if we are having a bit of trouble with the spikes or anything like that. So I thought this would be the best opportunity to demonstrate that. Run across this area and collect our first star coin, and that's gonna be pretty exciting. And as you can see right there, yeah, Nabbit didn't take any damage from the spikes, but they still had knockback from the spikes landing on his head. So something that's a bit fun about Nabbit as a character is the fact that when The Legend of Zelda: Link Between Worlds was coming out, there was a character in that game named Ravio, and the thing about this character is that he kind of resembled Nabbit in a way, and it made a lot of people wonder if there was some kind of connection between the two characters. And during a Nintendo Direct, when they were discussing A Link Between Worlds, Satoru Iwata even mentioned the comparisons that fans were making, and said that there was no connection between Nabbit and Ravio, and that the reason why they look so similar might be due to the fact that the teams that were working on New Super Mario Bros. U and The Legend of Zelda: Link Between Worlds worked on the same floor as each other in Nintendo's headquarters. So that's a bit of a fun, useless knowledge that you can think about from time to time, and it will never leave your memory forever. So yeah, it's always very fun hearing development stories like that. Hopefully I can share some of mine when I develop my own video game someday. Also, I didn't get a chance to praise it, but that background in that level was super pretty! And now moving on to the next level. Like we said before, we're to skip over Mario because we accidentally used him twice in a row last episode. And it's oddly fitting, I didn't plan for this, but it looks like we're playing as Luigi in our first ghost mission.
Here we go!
It's Luigi's Mansion all over again! Alrighty then, so we're to be playing through a swaying ghost house. And this is a pretty fun level, even if it does get a little bit confusing from time to time. So, the big idea with the ghost mansions in this game is that they're kind of labyrinths in a way, where you're going to be going through these doors, and it's kind of up to you to use trial and error to figure out which ones are going to take you in the right direction. I've played this level way more times than is healthy the past couple days trying to record this stupid video for you, so yeah, I think I have this level pretty much memorized. Of course, now that I say that, I'm going to forget something, I'm going to have to re-record this thing again. So let's go inside the door on the left, and that will hopefully take us towards this area. So while we go through this level, there's something that I kind of want to ask my viewers, if they can help me find anything about this topic. So, as I mentioned a couple videos ago, this is one of the very few official Nintendo games to be released in China for the Nintendo Switch, the other ones being Super Mario Odyssey and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So, when I heard about that, that made me curious about something. In China, they have a different viewpoint on supernatural elements and things like that, and the afterlife and stuff. This is the reason why the Haunted Mansion in Hong Kong Disneyland isn't the Haunted Mansion at all, but rather Mystic Manor. So what I'm curious about is, did they change anything about the boos in this game? Because these are ghosts, and if I remember correctly, ghosts in media aren't exactly... You don't exactly do that in Chinese movies or video games or anything like that, so I'm wondering if they had to do anything to get around that for this game. I don't think so, because the boos are generally pretty harmless and they don't resemble people at all, but that's just something that I'm pretty curious about, because they did change the power block design in the Chinese version of this game, so I'm wondering if they changed anything about the Haunted Mansions. Alright, so I kind of glossed over that area right there, but yeah, that is the path to the secret exit for this level, so that's going to be pretty fun. And we gotta go over here, and we gotta do this perfectly. And we get a star coin. I struggled with that on a couple recording sessions ago when I was trying to record this, because, yeah, I've been playing this level way too much. But we are gonna have to go through this level again to go through the normal exit, so we'll take care of that in a moment.
Oh, secret!
So going back outside this room real quick, there was something that I didn't actually get a chance to show off. So The thing about this level is that, the thing about this room is that if you take enough coins out of there, then you don't exactly have enough brick blocks to get back up to the tower, so how you can get around that is go through those doors and that'll reset the coins in this room. So, next thing you want to do is you want to go up here, and the path to the normal exit in this level is located inside this door. I remember the secret exit for this level taking a really long time for me to figure out on my first playthrough, but luckily this isn't my first playthrough. So we can go across this area, and we almost didn't make it.
Phew, made it.
A detail I really like is that the Boo's face, they fly around the house when the level isn't completed yet, but after you finish it, they hide and things like that. It's just so cute. But anyway, moving on to the next level, we are going to be moving over here towards Fliprus Lake, and we're going to be the best yellow toad you've ever seen. And now we're in the secret level for Frosted Glacier, and I'm getting very tired of this speech because I hate this level. So, we're introduced to 2 new enemies in this level, as well as a new gameplay mechanic, these boat things that look kind of flat. So, yeah, this right here, this is a Patooey enemy. I believe they were the source of inspiration for the Piranha Plants Neutral Special in Smash Brothers. So that's pretty fun. They are very weak to being frozen, as all plants are usually prone to be. And we go over here, and we see this stupid jerk. I really do not like this enemy. So, the big idea with these enemies is that they'll be throwing snowballs everywhere. And I suppose they're cute and all, but they're so annoying to deal with because the snowball itself has a very weird hitbox where at times it'll look like you should have destroyed it by stomping on it, but for whatever reason you take damage anyway and it's just really annoying. Alright, so we continue on over here. Watch out for that. And as soon as the thing goes back upwards. There we go. Get into the pipe. There we go. So yeah, I am not a big fan of these enemies at all. They are very annoying to deal with. They are probably one of my least favorite enemies in this entire game. So yeah, you're probably not going to hear me be a happy gator whenever I see those enemies. And this right here, this is stupid level design. You're instinctively going to want to move right when you go out of that pipe, but that will lead you directly into the Patooey enemy and you'll take damage. That is awful game design right there. Which is very weird because most of this game has pretty great level design, but just that one spot, it's just weird. It's terrible. Alright, so let's go over this direction. Okay. I'm gonna take care of you first. I'm gonna take care of you first. You think I didn't learn my lesson from the 13 times I'm trying to record this level. Actually 12, but it kind of feels like 13 at this point. Because of how many times that I've failed in this stupid level. We go in there, and the third and final star coin is up for grabs. And now we're finally free from this horrible place. I swear, if we do New Smart Brothers U-Versus or anything like that on the game channel, I swear, this is the level that I'm gonna get stuck on that will cause me to lose the versus.
Thanks a million for your help. Here, take this.
Is it cannibalism for toads to eat mushrooms? I don't know. I kind of don't want to know.
What? Oh. What?
So if we take this train, we'll be able to skip a pretty huge chunk of the game. And by a huge chunk, I mean we only really skip one world, but it's still better than nothing. We can check out this place if we want, but we're not going to do that because we'll be going back to Frosted Glacier and finish off the boss of this level. And I gotta say, the camera perspective on that train is weird. It just doesn't really look all that right when it's flying around. They probably could have animated that a little bit better, but who am I to judge? Next level, we're playing with Toadette. So, I am probably going to regret asking this of you people, but I've been legitimately curious about this. So, there is a stream the Otaku artist did where she was playing through the last of the story mode in Super Mario Maker 2. So, the topic of Bowserette came up and things like that. That came up during the stream. And it's kind of making me wonder. There was a point where, in that stream, where I joked about what would happen if I put on the Super Crown, and wondering if I would turn into Gatorette. So, I'm actually kind of curious about that right now. What would I look like if I was turned into like a Gatorette or something like that? I probably don't want to know, but this has been in my mind for a little while after that stream happened, so I kind of don't want to ask people to do this, but at the same time I'm curious, so if there's any artists out there, could you draw what you think Gatorette would look like? Alright, we have our first star coin, and if I remember correctly, the second one is going to be kind of a pain to find, so hopefully we'll be able to do this with no rap music or fast dancing. I say a lot on these videos, don't I? I've tended to notice that whenever I look back on these videos, it's like, wow, I really do say that reference a lot, don't I? Like during the premiere for the best moments of 2019, there was somebody who pointed out that I make a lot of SpongeBob references, and I know I make a lot of SpongeBob references, but wow, there were a lot in that video. Alright, so let's continue onwards as soon as the platform is returning. Alright, here we go. Off the rails. I don't know the rest of the lyrics. So, we go over here. Go down here, and there's some magical coins we can collect. But the true prize that we want to look for is located here. And we can go inside the pipe. So this is a little bit intimidating to go through when you first see it, but hopefully we'll be able to do this okay. Just keep an eye on where the purple platforms are going to be located on the bottom. That will be your indication on where those tiny thwomps are going to be jumping towards. And can I just say, these are like the cutest things ever. They're like regular thwomps, but they're tiny and cute. Alrighty then. Let's go over here. Can we destroy them if we hit the coin block from underneath them? I kind of don't want to risk that right now, but at the same time I'm very curious. Alright, it's not good timing, not good timing, not good timing. Okay. Wait for it to go back, and then... Aha! We did it. The third star coin is going to be located behind the giant thwomp enemy right there. And with all that taken care of, we'll follow the coins and head over this direction and hopefully finish off this horrible world forever. Except not really, because I really love this world. Frosted Glacier so far has been my absolute favorite world in New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, but I often go back and forth over whether or not I like this one or another one more. But I still really like this one, even if it has taken several attempts to try and record this stupid world. Also, that background is super pretty, even if it needs a 3D depth slider. Okay, let's go on a rant real quick. New Super Mario Bros. 2. What is up with the 3D effect in that game? Whenever you turn on the 3D effect, the background gets really blurry. It's really bad. And that game could have looked amazing if it had a proper 3D, stereoscopic 3D, but no, it just looks really off and weird. I have no idea why they had to put a blurring effect on there. That's kind of one thing that's kind of keeping me from wanting to do a Let's Play that game, to be completely honest, because whenever I record 3DS games, I have the 3D turned on all the way. And if I did that for New Super Mario Bros. 2, then the background would be very blurry on the capture footage, and it would look really bad. But this is New Super Mario Bros. 2. This is New Super Mario Bros. U. Deluxe. I haven't talked about this yet, but I love the animation of the characters jumping on top of the airstrip. And that's going to be it for this episode of New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. So thank you all so much for watching this video, and until next time, Lady Gear to you. Oh yeah.